Right, guys, how you doing? So, you know how for quite a long time we've discussed the likes of deployables and whatnot. If they glow in the dark, they can be very useful and very helpful at night time because in the early stages of building up your base, it can be a bit of a pain looking around because you probably don't have the electric sorted and you probably don't have lighting figured out by then, and you can't see around your base and whatnot. That's awkward. That's unfortunate, and it's always been a problem for many people. Going outside as well, you can hardly see anything. You have to run the risk of potentially, using a torch or flashlight and whatnot. You don't want to be seen, but if you can't see, what are you going to do? Well, certain things have happened, and it looks like with the upcoming March Forcewipe, something interesting is on the horizon. And it's not necessarily like a new monument and whatnot, but rather, if we quickly hop over to here, I did mention this in my 48-hour analysis recently. With great thanks to Rusticated and Rustoria now, we now have two very good instances to showcase that Face Punch is going to be introducing brighter nights. Now, I will link both of these tweets in the description of this video because you need to see it for yourself. But basically, it's exactly as they say, that you can vaguely see things from now on when you're in your base. It's better than before, to a point. It's better than before. Before, it was all just pitch black. I can't see anything. I'm walking into walls and whatnot. It was not a fun experience in many instances. If you didn't have any glow-in-the-dark or lighting, it was a problem. If you didn't even have a fireplace, that sounds silly, doesn't it? But yes, for the upcoming potentially for next month's update, March Forcewipe, 7th of March, we are going to be seeing this being implemented, and this is interesting based on could this potentially affect skins. Like I said, in terms of glow-in-the-dark deployables, are they going to be as useful? Are they going to be as necessary? Now, in short, I do still think they're going to still be favoured, because it's still very useful to have. It's still nighttime, it's still harder to see, but it's now slightly better to see. And aside from deployables, there's another certain set of skins that we might want to start discussing that potentially might be affected by this. So, as I quickly hop over to here, and if I quickly hop over to here, I am now wanting to discuss what potentially could happen with the likes of Blackout Collection, and of course all the Blackout alternatives. So I'm sure many of you are well aware, many people assume with the likes of Blackout Collection it's going to be a whole lot more useful to run around at night time currently, and you won't be seen as much. And, in certain, environments and whatnot, that very likely could be true. But when it's pitch black dark, you cannot see a thing regardless. I could wear full whiteout in the dark, pitch black dark, and I could have someone else stand next to me wearing pitch black blackout, and when it's pitch black dark, you won't be able to see either of us. You won't be able to see either of us. Sorry. But anyway, point is, with this upcoming new update, we might potentially see people wanting to buy Blackout skins and Blackout alternatives such as Legacy Kevlar, Black Gold, Dragon Rage, Pirate Collection, training as well, where they probably want to actually utilise these in a way which lots of people assumed would work, in that just to get an extra bit of edge to be able to hide themselves in the dark. So this proposed Nightlight feature, which is going to be potentially introduced next month, or in about 2 weeks' time, could lead to loads of people suddenly increasing in demand into wanting the likes of Blackout. So I don't fully know what could be happening, and Mr. Metatron sitting there saying $100 says there's almost no difference between Whiteout and Blackout when viewed in Nightlight shader. We don't know yet. That's the thing. That is the key point. We don't fully know yet. So, smart thing to do, and I talk more about this in a manner of, to all those people who probably still happen to be holding on to the likes of some Blackout clothing and armour, and of course more specifically, again, with the likes of all those people out there who happen to be holding on to Legacy Kevlar, yes, certain skin prices are going down at the moment. In the lead up to Easter, this is a normal routine thing that happens every single year. If I were to go over to here and look at the player counts, you can see they're starting to go down. Well, guess what? That's exactly what happened last year after post-Christmas. Player counts went down a fair bit, skin prices went down a fair bit, but then, of course, summertime happened. Loads of people returned, loads of people playing during the likes of their summer vacations. Kids, you get the idea. And, of course, many skin prices went up. That was very nice, very cool. So, point I'm trying to get across is, potentially, a lot of people are going to be missing out with the likes of this update and be very surprised when they return in the summertime, and we might actually see that very nice rush and in demand for some of these skins here. So if you are someone who happens to have a lot of legacy Kevlar and you're worried about the current state of it, number one, as I said, it was expected that these were going to dip down in price a fair bit. I did bring this up, and I've also mentioned with the likes of the upcoming Counter-Strike 2 major that will be taking place in about 3 weeks' time, you shouldn't be surprised. This was something I kept screaming about. We're getting closer and closer to it. But, as I said, with this upcoming update, potentially it might be favourable to run around in full black again. Or definitively be favourable. Because, again, as I said, with the current night time, it doesn't really matter what you wear. When it's literally night, pitch black dark, can't see a thing. Unless you get really close to someone. With a little bit of light. So, yeah. What do you reckon, right? This isn't a call for maybe we should go invest. More of a maybe we should wait it out, see what happens, and see how much this actually affects the actual in-game, vision, and how much of a difference people overall, because it's the overall opinion that people have with wanting to wear the likes of all these black sets during this night time. So, yeah, it was just a call for being prepared for something like this and being aware that this is, in the pipeline. And of course, if you're always constantly keeping an eye out with the likes of the commits, you'd be aware of all the new upcoming content. Much Forcewipe is actually looking to be very interesting. We're getting the revamped, remade harbour with the fact that the big ship is now docking in there. It's not called the big ship, you idiot. But we are also getting the likes... It's the cargo ship, you idiot. We're also getting the likes of a military flamethrower. We're getting some changes to the train tunnels. There's lots of interesting things. We're also getting a special update to the in-game store where you can preview the skins before you buy them. So that's going to be interesting as well. So loads of small little things that's kind of making March Forcewipe to be very interesting down the line. Now, March Forcewipe isn't happening until March 7th. So keep an eye on the commits because there's still plenty of time in the lead up to that, and there's very likely going to be even more interesting little bits that are going to be, brought up and mentioned that what Face Punch is currently working on. So make sure you're always aware, and yeah, the better you are for potentially making a move or being aware of what potentially could be affecting Ruskins. And in this particular instance, I'm sure you can understand why I've brought up the whole idea of this. And again, let's bring up all those skins that I mentioned. So we've got the likes of Legacy Kevlar here. Unfortunately, has dropped down a fair bit. But yeah, it's not too surprising with the amount of them that were bought, which was ridiculous amounts. But then, we've got the likes of Black Gold. Black Gold over here. Black Gold came out, 2 years ago? Was it 2 years ago, 2022? Yeah, it was. Wow. No, that's Blackout, you idiot. Black Gold. Sorry, it's late. So Black Gold over to here. Yep, there we are. And we recently just got the jacket. Well, that jacket might be doing even better now. We talked about that recently, how it sold considerably less compared to the Tier 3, Tier 2 and hoodie and pants. Well, that might be doing even better, especially considering Blackout jacket costs like $13 still. So keep an eye on that. That actually might be a good thing to consider putting a good build down now. You've also got the likes of Dragon Rage. I haven't even mentioned Pirate yet, but we'll get to that. So yeah, Dragon Rage, not exactly doing as good as it used to. When Pirate Collection appeared, it kind of lost its spot as the cheapest budget alternative for Blackout. So let's go ahead and take a look at Pirate. Now, unfortunately, Pirate Collection did drop down a fair bit when Legacy Kevlar appeared, which was odd because this was considerably cheaper. But I guess Legacy Kevlar took away all of the interest and these kind of died down a fair bit, which is unfortunate. But as I said, could all rebound and improve with the likes of that brand new Nightlight update. And I think I did mention training. Yeah, training's still another option as well, so I could bring this up. So who knows, people? Who knows? Maybe you could just run around with a basic black hoodie, which costs nothing. You can. There's lots of skins that are dark enough that would be helpful. It just depends on how effective this is. Is it actually be quite destructive to a point where you can still easily notice some people and Blackout will be, prove to be helpful or not? We'll wait and see. So, yeah, sorry for the ramble, but at least you're aware of this and, keep an eye out for like a Shadowfrax video or something because that can probably go more in depth and actually showcase this all to you. But, yeah, March Forcewipe is cooking very nicely, and I look forward to it, and I hope you do too. So, chat, is there any other questions you might have? Well, they're not getting my Blackout. Well, for a price, everybody has a price, Mr. Glassholio. You could sit there and say, no, you can't have it, but if they do go up to a certain point, how could you say no? You could just get a budget option instead. Sell it, get that instead. It's up to you. So the options are there. The best thing to do is just wait out and see when the update comes out and actually look at it all. Look around in game yourself and make that consideration. And that's the ramble. So thank you very much for watching. I greatly appreciate it. And once again, thank you very much to Rusticated and Rustoria for making these short videos. Again, I will link in the description of this video right now the links to these tweets, and you can go see it all for yourself, because I'm pretty sure it's going to be a whole lot more helpful if you just look at it yourself with your own monitor rather than see it through my thing. So catch you later. See you. Goodbye.